Hey everybody, I'm sure you all are doing good, and in today's video I'm going to discuss with you all a couple of long questions, that is broad questions, 5 marks descriptive type long questions from Tales from Shakespeare. Yes, rapid reader, as you like it. So some of you had requested me to do a video on long questions from As You Like It, because long questions from Macbeth, you guys have already checked that video out. It has been uploaded long back. Yes, so for all of you who wanted descriptive type answers to be discussed from As You Like It, this video is for them. So yes, why waste time? Let's get started. Welcome each one of you back to my channel, that is English with Nilanjana ma'am. And today's first question is, that is from As You Like It. Today's first question is, describe the wrestling match between Orlando and the court wrestler and give a brief idea of the role played by Rosalind and Celia during this wrestling match. So yeah, let's start the discussion. In the play As You Like It, Rosalind is the heroine and Orlando is the hero. Now, you should keep this in mind that Orlando is the youngest son of Sir Rowland de Boys. Who is Sir Rowland de Boys? Sir Rowland de Boys is was the loyal, faithful supporter, faithful friend and follower of the Duke Senior, that is the lawful ruler, right? Duke Senior, or the old Duke, that is Rosalind's father. When Sir Rowland de Boys passed away, he requested, or you can say he entrusted the responsibility of his youngest son Orlando with his eldest son Oliver. So he had asked Oliver to look after the younger brother Orlando, and yes, give him good education and food and look after him, just like a father does. So, but Oliver was not a good man, and he did not do justice to his responsibility. He did not look after Orlando well. He neither gave him good food, nor did he give him proper education. Rather, he wanted Orlando to turn out, to be a rustic fellow. But yes, Orlando was a smart, attractive young man, and he had wonderful. You can say he had a cheerful personality, and everyone was charmed by his by his etiquette, by his cheerful nature. And Oliver was very jealous of his younger brother. Now, when this wrestling match is announced by the Duke, so Oliver thinks of a plan. He provokes Orlando to take part in the wrestling match, knowing that the match would be fought between Orlando, that is his younger brother, and the court wrestler Charles. Now, who is Charles? Charles is the court wrestler. That means he is a thorough professional. He is an experienced and extremely skillful wrestler, and this was going to be an unequal contest between this amateur youth named Orlando and the court wrestler, that is Charles. And it was Oliver's plan that his younger brother should take part in this unequal contest, and he should be killed by Charles, the professional wrestler, the court wrestler. That was his plan. So now Orlando, young and full of excitement, wants to take part in this contest by any means, and he is he's totally unstoppable. So here comes a role played by Rosalind, the heroine, and her cousin Celia, who is Duke Frederick's daughter. Now, when these two young ladies, well, when they meet Orlando, they feel that this young boy, if he takes part in this contest or in this match, he would be killed, because Charles is a ferocious kind of a wrestler. He is ruthless, and the match was not at all, being fought between two equals. It was like this match would turn out to be fatal for Orlando. That's what they thought. So they tried hard to convince Orlando so that he does not take part in this contest. Now, but no matter how much hard they try, and they try to dissuade this young man from taking part, Orlando feels, I should take part now that these young ladies, they are, giving me so much of attention and so much of love, and respect. I should take part, and prove them wrong. And that's what Orlando does, and he takes part in this contest. So you can say the words of Rosalind and Celia proved to be magical, and they try to dissuade him, but that in fact makes him even more confident, and he takes part in it. And the words of Rosalind and Celia prove to be wonderful and magical, and they play some magic on him, and he wins the match. So yes, so the words of these two pretty ladies, or you can say of these two beautiful ladies, work wonders on this young man, and he takes part in it. And once the wrestling match began, finally it turns out that Orlando he does all this wrestling with such skill and with such courage and valor, you can say. And then towards the end of the match, this Charles, the court wrestler, he is defeated in such a manner that he can't even breathe properly, can't even walk and breathe properly. So yes, Orlando wins the match. So let's take a look at the answer slide. Today's question number 2. Describe the life that the banished duke and his followers led in the forest of Arden. In other words, we have to give a description of the way the banished duke and his followers lived in the forest of Arden, and how this life was completely different from the life they led in the court. So that we have to explain in this answer. So let's start the discussion. The story of As You Like It is set in France. France at that time was divided into provinces or dukedoms, and in one such province there was a usurper. Who is this usurper? Now this usurper is none but the old duke or duke senior's younger brother Frederick. And a usurper is a person who deposes the lawful ruler from his or her dukedom, and he himself seizes the power of that place. So he takes away, or he seizes, he takes away by illegal means and unlawful practice. He takes away the kingdom or the dukedom of another person and deposes that person from his legal dukedom. So that is a usurper, and in this story, Frederick is the usurper. Who is Frederick? Frederick is the younger brother of the duke senior, or the old duke, who is the lawful ruler. Now, so when the duke is banished from his dukedom, he retires, or you can say he takes shelter in the forest of Arden. Now, he doesn't go alone. He is followed by a group of very trusted and faithful followers and friends. So these people, so they lead a different kind of life in the forest of Arden. So they get and they get used to this life. So what is this life? What kind of life do they live in the forest of Arden? So we get to read that here the life is more relaxed. It is slow, but it is a lazy kind of a life, and it is very simple. Well, it is not complicated at all, and you need not act or put on a mask in front of other people, and there's no need to there's no need to be artificial or like extra diplomatic and all that. You can just be yourself, and you can enjoy with the simple joys of nature, like you can watch a rabbit or a squirrel play, or you can watch them you can watch a squirrel break a nut, or you can watch the playful sports of the deer. So this is how they pass their time, and they would talk and chat with each other and play games and all. So here the life was more relaxed, and it was close to nature. So, and yes, and they would be eating the simple food, fruits and nuts and berries and all that from nature. And so the life was almost a life of, you can say, adventure, like that of Robin Hood of England. And so they felt happy, but they were also sad, yes, if they had to kill the deer for their food. Well, that was there. And yes, so though in winter the duke and his men, they suffered from cold, but still he felt that this cold is better than than your own brother stabbing you at the back from behind. So the cold, chilling wind is like a friend to me. But my own brother, the thing that my own brother did with me, is far more negative and far more bitter. So nature was now the friend, and when yes, a teacher for them. So he says that these chilling winds which blew upon my body are my true friends, are my true counselors. They do not flatter me. They do not tell me on my face that I'm too good or something. So there is no artificiality at all. What is bad, what is good. So life in the forest of Arden was simple, straightforward, honest. Though it was lazy in some ways, but it was very simple and true. Whatever was there, it was very true. So he shared good friendship, true friendship with those people, because all the people around him now were not fake people. They were his true friends and supporters. So the Duke says that I'm learning from nature, and he drew lessons from nature, and he found tongues in trees. Tongues in trees meaning, now trees were like speaking to him, so he could understand the language of trees now. Books in the flowing streams, sermons in stones, and good in everything. So there was nothing fake and artificial here. But previously, there were some people who would like come and tell that how much they like you and how much they love you, but actually they did not do it, and maybe they were conspiring against you. So there was no artificiality or any fake kind of this exchange of feelings here in the court. So let's take a look at the answer slide. Friends, today's third question is, how does Rosalind also become banished from the court by Duke Frederick, just like her own father? Now, the story about Rosalind getting banished starts just after the wrestling match. So after the wrestling match, when Orlando, when Orlando becomes the winner of this unequal contest and everything, so everybody wants to get introduced to this young man, the surprise winner. So Duke Frederick wants to meet him, and now Orlando introduces himself as the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys. Just as Duke Frederick hears this name, Sir Roland, he is very, very furious and angry because he hated Sir Roland. He hated Sir Roland because Sir Roland was the faithful friend and old, a loyalist of the Duke Senior, Duke Senior's group of supporters. So he hates Orlando and he doesn't want to talk to him anymore. He almost leaves that place in anger and everything, and he doesn't want to talk to Orlando anymore because Orlando is Sir Roland de Boys' son. And then he also starts hating Rosalind because because all the other, there were so many courtiers and so many visitors, and everybody was, almost everybody was was admiring Rosalind, because Rosalind is she seemed to be this this very wise kind of a young woman, and she was she had this very good, very charming etiquette and manners, and everybody was comparing Rosalind to Frederick's daughter Celia, and they found Rosalind to be to be more confident and smart and wise and everything. So it happens. So and Frederick did not like it. He did not like Rosalind to be praised for her virtues and qualities, and also people people had this, had this soft corner for Rosalind because her father was banished, and everybody admired the Duke. Whatever he was, he was admired by everyone because he was a righteous ruler. And so he ordered Rosalind to join her father in the forest. He became angry, and yes, when Rosalind and Celia were still discussing about Orlando, at that time he comes and he banishes Rosalind and tells, "Get out of this, of my palace, and of this, of my province. Go and join your father in the forest of Arden." Though Celia tries very hard to, to dissuade her father, or to persuade, you can say, to persuade her father from from not banishing Rosalind, because the two cousins had a lot of love, for each other, but Frederick did not listen to his daughter Celia, and he banished Rosalind. So this is how Rosalind got banished, just like her father. So take a look at the answer slide, and with this we come to the end of the video. 3 answers for today's video. I'll be back with more in the next class. Thank you. I'm sure you all have taken, taken note of the answer slides. So I'm sure they're going to help you. And do subscribe to the channel in case you haven't subscribed till now.